dodge was a bit risky, but he made it out. Oh, runs past.
All right, but a spacing game now.
Was kind of weird.
Sweet, man. Cool. So I have here with me a Smash player, Captain Falcon main, iDeeKay. What's up, bro?
Oh, not much, man. And yourself?
Yeah, no, doing good, bro. Yeah, give us the rundown about yourself.
Rundown about myself. Oh, well, my name's Hamish. My tag's iDeeKay. Has been mentioned. I've been playing Super Smash Brothers for about 5 years. I started with Smash for Wii U, and now I'm playing Ultimate these days. Mainly Captain Falcon through those games.
And we were just talking about Captain Falcon as a character choice, because I was saying I don't play Smash, but I definitely know that character. So what is it about Captain Falcon, about him being a main for you?
Oh, he's just hype. No, he has real sense of style, and I think he sort of exemplifies like what I like about competitive Smash. Yeah, he's always got interesting movement, and his combos are pretty flashy, so usually he's my go-to.
Yeah. Is he quite, he's quite an adored character? Like, when people see him in tournament, they don't get irritated or anything?
Yeah, definitely, like, looking at other fighting games, like, Falcon is definitely that character. Like, I know watching Tekken, I've seen, like, King get his, like, crazy grabs, like, multiple times over, and people get hyped about that. Definitely Falcon's got a similar energy.
So how did you get into the fighting game scene, bro?
So I started, I think when Smash 4 came out in 2014, I was playing online for a bit, and then I saw in the uni like fighting game group, they were hosting a tournament on like that Friday night, so I went with some friends. They didn't stick around as much. Tournaments weren't really for them, but I just kept playing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the sort of stuff Tamati or Gorilla Strong was running at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep going.
So because I mean, I guess I would feel like how a Smash player gets into the scene is that they're just kind of playing with their friends, because it's a party-ish type game. Did you have much experience or knowledge of Smash before getting into the scene?
Not really, to be honest. It was mostly I owned a Wii U, so that was slim pickings to begin with. So Smash was like the go-to game that sort of season. So I picked it up and just started playing online. I found like tournament resources and like how to do combos and like read people and that sort of thing.
What does it take to get competitive in Smash? Like, I guess I'm asking from a perspective where, like, we come from the legacy games. When we look at something like Smash, how does one get good competitively?
How does someone get good? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, with other fighting games, I suppose like there's like most games are one-on-one. That's like the base mode, right? So there's already like a competitive nature to it. Smash, not so much. You just have to like decide you want to fight someone or see who's more skilled.
Yeah.
And in that way, you just it's mostly like any other game from there. You figure out the system and how your moves interact with other ones, and what your opponent wants to do. Yeah. That's how I've learned Smash, at least. I know, everyone has their own journey with these things.
Is the Smash scene quite open? Like, were you at times hesitant in entering it? Because for your first time?
Yeah, at Smash, I was definitely, when I entered, I think I was 16 when I started going to tournaments, so I was pretty young. I'm 21 these days. So really, the Smash community was great. It was more so just me being shy.
Yeah.
Everyone was pretty great from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, looking at this game, I guess it's reading a textbook I could never truly understand. But it's quite a lively scene, and I know there's some characters that are kind of crossovers. Jacino, Cup Tea, they I know of some Smash players, and they seem quite and they're nice. They're hospitable. But why the separate entities? Why the NZFGC, and why Smash being a separate thing?
Yeah, I guess looking at the international scene and New Zealand scene are almost different things to me because, at least with how the Christchurch scene works, we've had fighting games and Smash at the same venue. So there's always been that interaction to begin with. I know in other scenes it's not quite the same. But yeah, from the beginning I was always looking at other fighting games and seeing how people played those and just entering brackets randomly. Yeah, I think... Also, I think Smash has not always been regarded as like the most competitive game, and there's various reasons for that. And the FGC and Smash scenes, they're also different. I'd say it's fair to say like they're different types of people. Like the people who, like you were saying about the legacy games, those people come from playing in arcades, playing random people. That's a very different environment from playing a party game on your home console and deciding you want to beat your friends.
Yeah, no, that's true. So, I guess being a Tekken player, like Tekken players, Street Fighter players, I think there's a certain way that we see Smash players, but I really want to ask you, how does a Smash player see the other players in fighting games?
I think at least for Smash, Melee has always been like a constant entity. It's a game that just won't die because the community loves it so much. Just from my point of view, I kind of wish the FGC would almost hold on to their older games more so, because there's just a lot of fighting games that are like, I would argue, are better than the current wave of games that just aren't around anymore. You can't really find people to play games with.
Yeah.
But other than that, like. When you play a game in tournaments, you just sort of you know what they're going through, at least in that regard. So they're just competing in the medium they like to play, and it's cool.
Yeah. Where is Smash Ultimate standing in terms of like players and stuff? Like, is the scene still going strong despite COVID still being a thing?
The growth's obviously slowed to a halt, pretty much. It's kind of hard, I guess, to engage with the community when you're not going to real-life events, I would say, and the online mode being bad doesn't help. But the scene is far bigger than it's ever been, for Ultimate, so that's always a positive.
Yeah. Who are some of the outstanding Fox players in your scene? So obviously there's you. Because, you're playing Fox here, not Captain Falcon, but he's another character where a lot of people just recognize him, and I think he is one of the stronger... Well, he's always been a strong character in these Smash games.
He has, yeah, no, you're too right. Fox, he's just has great movement, he's very fast, and he's got some strong moves to boot. So competitive playing, he's a character you might want to pick up. How's this year been for you as a player? You said the online is pretty terrible, but with Biggie II being temporarily postponed, how's this year turned out for you in general, man? Oh, for me, well, it's funny you mentioned that. I technically retired from tournaments maybe this time last year from major tournaments. My last big major tournament was Biggie II, and it turns out I retired at the best time because I barely missed any big tournaments. So I'm in the last few months I've been back going to Christchurch locals and learning Captain Falcon again for Ultimate. So I was playing Fox and Wario and that sort last year. I ended up getting ranked 5th in the country, and I was really stoked at that.
What brought you to retirement? Was it just a personal choice, or...?
Yeah, personal choice. There were some frustrations with the game, which I've now sort of mulled over a bit more, and also I just wasn't very good at managing my time. But not quarantine, but lockdown taught me a few things, and I got better at managing my time. I'm thinking, oh, I have time to practice Smash again, do what I want to do.
No, that's good to hear, man, because, I mean, you're so young, and the Smash scene is so young. Like, you shouldn't be retiring at your age, man.
Yeah, exactly. It feels, with Ultimate in particular, it feels like I'm old now, because, like, even being in your early 20s, there's a lot of kids who have Switches who are getting into the game. That's been really cool to see them start their own sort of competitive journey.
Who would you say has been quite an influence to you in terms of leveling up in the scene?
Leveling up. Oh, well, I think the first player I definitely have to mention is Gamma Fox from Christchurch. So in Smash 4, Gamma Fox was the unquestioned best player. And pretty much every local was just me, trying to see if I can take a game off him. That was just like that every fortnight for 2 years.
For 2 years?
Yeah.
Man.
And eventually, I would say I got onto his level. In Smash 4, we were going about even in the last year of that game. And nowadays, we have pretty competitive sets all around, so that's been really cool.
Mm-hmm. What's one thing that you would change to Smash or add to Smash to kind of encourage new players?
Oh, change to Smash.
Or it could just be adding something.
Could be adding something. I think just a good training mode would be great. So players can sort of see for themselves how the game, moves interact with each other and how the game really functions at a deeper level. Yeah, if you could add one thing to the game, it would probably be that. And from there, it's easier to get resources and that sort of stuff for competitive.
Yeah. Did you ever go out to the other cities, Auckland, and enter in their tournaments?
Yeah, my first big tournament. Other than there was Red Zone 1 in 2016, and then the first out of town tournament I went to was First Blood 7.
Ah, yes.
And then, just went to every major tournament afterwards, except for War. I'm still meaning to go to Hamilton. Maybe Southern Cross-Up's the one I got to go to this year.
Fingers crossed, man. It's so close.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if it... Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I hope we can make it, eh?
Bro, it's so close. You could cut the tension with a knife. Well, I mean, yeah, StandingFierce, you've got Dave, head honcho, who kind of looks after all the other games. With Smash, do you guys have your own, hierarchy?
We definitely have, our head TOs. I'd say at the very top is probably Hugh. Hugh Manchu, he runs the Wellington tournament, so Biggie II was his baby. That was the biggest
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. Yeah, no, I saw Sly Will's clip. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's just for Smash. Yeah, man.
Yeah, over 100 entrants. That's wild. So Hugh definitely has a lot of influence. There's Alberto, AA. He's the Auckland TO. And there's a couple more that I haven't, unfortunately, been familiar with because some new tournaments have popped up in Auckland lately. But yeah, also there's Ding Dong Kid. He does a lot of Smash stuff in Dunedin. And there's also Dragon Lay in Christchurch, of course. Long-time Christchurch TO.
So we'll get to this later, but would you consider Biggie the Smash version of Southern Cross-Up? It's your big tournament?
I would say it is now, yeah. Coming into Ultimate, Southern Cross-Up, we still call it Nats, for sure, but Biggie is the Smash exclusive tournament where we celebrate the game and we have our big hype matches. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I will say, Smash is a fun game to watch, and yeah, I do remember times where the Smash players, when they're watching their game, when they're watching live tournament matches, they just go off, man. You guys get I thought we get crazy when we watch Street Fighter, but fucking Smash players get buck wild, dude.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, Biggie II was absolutely wild. It felt like a fever dream watching Aloof versus Sepro in Grand Finals. So Sepro is a top player in Aussie, and it was like was it game 15? I forget. I think it was a very close like last set, and yeah, we were just so excited. It was great.
So have you had? Is there a player in the Australian shores that is kind of considered, the Australian version of iDeeKay? Do you have like a doppelganger in the Australian scene?
Do I have a doppelganger? I'm not sure. Yeah. I think. Well, I know there's Defective Dagger, who's like a Wario player. I've got my best results in Ultimate with Wario so far. I'm a Falcon main these days, but yeah, he's the Wario player. And when I was practicing with seperate at that tournament, he was telling me about him.
Oh, okay.
Like comparing the play styles.
So I was asking you like, what are some things you're into? And you've mentioned anime, and you mentioned 2, and I want to go over the first one. That's fucked up, bro. That's some dark shit, man. You said it was You said it was a 90. It was in the late 90s. It was called. Well, I'll let you explain it.
Oh, Berserk. Oh, this is a very grim show.
This is dark, man.
This is the dark episode. This messes with people. Yeah, I mean the subtitles speak for themselves. Like, where the hell are we? What is this?
Yeah.
It does not the whole show, but there's definitely like the climax of the Golden Age arc for Berserk.
Yeah.
And this is where like the main character Guts really he's really scarred from this event, and from here it's like a bridge to the rest of it, obtaining the rest of his humanity. Because
I do admit I like the anime from that period, because I like the style of the drawings, the aesthetic, and it just seems more rigid, more rough. I kind of like it, but when I watched the first few seconds of this, I was like, oh no, I'm not a fan of this. Nah, it's pretty crazy, man. And then you obviously no surprise here. We all know what this one is.
Oh yeah.
What you can find any mod for any fighting game with a One Punch Man character.
Yeah, he's iconic. He's just One Punch Man. It's a really great show about heroism, but it on the surface, it's very jokey. The main character is just overpowered in everything he does, but really he's become so ridiculously strong that he's apathetic to everything around him. And what really defines his heroism is the fact that even though everything's so boring and his life, it doesn't have any thrills in it, he still continues to do what he does.
Here's a fun question. In the New Zealand Smash scene, who would be the One Punch Man? Like, he's kind of so chill, but he knows he's got the touch of death.
Oh, aloof, not even a question.
Yeah, definitely. Don't think you can get him to shave his head.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's had a couple monologues to himself. Why do we even bother? This is too easy.
No, it's a great show. I think it's actually one of the best animes around. Yeah.
Too good. I actually have. I bought because we were talking about it. I actually bought the next manga volume, so I'm past the anime now.
Oh wow! Shit. Okay, don't spoil me anything, man.
Yeah, no, I'll try not to.
So you've obviously mentioned it, Biggie. This event looked really crazy and insane. Temporarily postponed, but we'd like to think maybe there can be some light on the horizon. And you had a hell of a time at the previous one. So tell us about your experience pre-Biggie, but also in the moment of competing.
Pre-Biggie, we had Crush Counter Capital, the yearly general Wellington FGC event, which was fantastic, of course. I know I wasn't doing quite as well as I wanted to. I was thinking I'm on the cusp of like beating the really good players, but I need to just make a final push. I need to do something different.
Yeah.
And in losers quarters, I believe at that tournament I was playing Gamma Fox, and we were at game. He won the first 2 games with his Joker, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was playing Fox, and I switched off Fox. And Fox, I definitely gave him up at that point. In Ultimate, I don't believe he's that great for a tournament. He's hard to play consistently, and he dies quite early. His recovery is not all that great.
Yeah.
So I switched to Wario, and he was doing pretty well. I nearly made a reverse 3-0, but I didn't quite. So I knew after that tournament I needed to work on him, and yeah, so I could really show up at Biggie, because one thing I love as a player personally, I love just, excuse me,
Nothing, right?
Performance.
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, you really did as well, though. Yeah, not just you, but also, like, it looks like everyone at that venue, everyone at the event was really, yeah, very nice. Yeah, very good, man.
So funny in slow motion.
Yeah. Top 8.
This moment, yeah, that one clip before that was getting into top 8 because, oh man, because top 8 you've made it, right? You're on the stage, everyone's watching. That's probably the most important thing to me, at least, other than maybe, and of course, winning a tournament, that would be great. But making top 8, that's the big boys.
Do nerves affect you as much? Are nerves ever a problem with you in these situations?
Not as much as they used to be. You just, you play. I've spent years playing at this point, so you've been through it all. You've been come back. People have come back on you. They've done ridiculous combos and destroyed you. You've had people, rooting for the other player, which is fair enough, or rooting against you, and that's fine. Yeah, so I guess I do get nervous when it's really close, of course.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's okay.
And then you had your old boy Sly Will doing his bit, creating a little Biggie II montage.
Dude.
Yeah,
we
we owe him so much, man.
We do. He really, these videos legitimize the scene. I showed this to my parents, actually, and they were like, whoa, wait, this is real? This is what you got up to this weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely see some faces there. So, what was that venue like, and how did it accommodate you guys?
The venue, so we played our pools matches day one out at Victoria University, and that's the usual place where the Wellington tournaments are, and that was great. That accommodated everyone quite well. And then we were in the Hunter Lounge for day 2, where all the big stuff was happening. They had a big stage, and they had Kieran Kingo on MCing, and even top 8 players. You got your own intro theme. I never thought this would happen. This is like CEO. I didn't even know what to pick. I picked, I think, Captain America's theme from MVC in the end. Yeah.
Nice. Fuck, yes, seeing Red go off, man. Jesus Christ. He's always he's always in the element, eh?
Oh, no, yeah. Red's another huge inspiration. Met him at Red Zone Rumble 1, and he's been an inspiration ever since. Yeah, he put so much passion into his play. And when in Smash 4, when he was the number 1 player, the game was definitely at its most exciting, I would say.
Yeah. What do you think the best what was the best thing that you take out of Biggie II? Was it your placing, or was it just the general sense of the Smash community?
Yeah, the placing was lovely, but definitely the sense of scale that we'd achieved with this tournament. The performance was great. The tournament was packed. The level of play was good. For Ultimate, the event was perfect. I couldn't imagine something better.
Oh, that's good, man. Red, Aloof, these guys, they're so they've got a lot of potential. It's almost like they're kind of mystified and legend in the Smash scene. How's it been like for you in terms of running to them in tournament?
Well, it's always they definitely have their own aura when you're playing them. It's a bit different for sure than playing other players.
Yeah,
but I've beaten them before, so it's okay.
Who do you struggle like the character choices as well? I don't know. Do you fare one way over another just because of their skill, or does character knowledge come into it? Because how did the characters fare against Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon. At least my experience playing them. Captain Falcon does okay against most of their characters. And in Smash 4, Aloof played Mario, and I thought, my understanding of the game was always evolving. So I was thinking, oh, Mario just combos me, and that's it. And, there's not much I can do about it. But, of course, there's more advantages to exert. There's, Falcon's better range. You have to adapt a certain playstyle. You have to realize who the aggressor is in the matchup and who's the defender. I would say, am I trying to stop him getting in, or am I moving in on him more? Or am I doing a bit of both?
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. You also sent a reference to your match with Aloof, the one that kind of made the Smash headlines. Would you be able to go into a bit regarding that?
To some degree, for sure, yeah. So this match here is from Crush Counter Capital 2, so 2018. So this match was against Aloof. At this tournament, I feel like I finally reached some sort of potential in this game. I beat Gamma Fox, which is a great start for me, and then I beat Simikins, who was a Sheik specialist. A lot of us were character specialists in this game. You had your one boy, and that was it. Simi was he was a whiz kid with Sheik, and I just barely beat him game 5. And then this is losers finals here, where I played Aloof, and he plays Mario. He played a bit of Marth at the beginning, but to be honest, I don't know why he did. I've played this matchup a million times. There's a small meme about that where I beat Aloof at Nats 2017, and I said, I live this matchup, you can't take me out, or something like that. Yeah, when I won. So that was interesting. But the best part about this, for sure, was that a lot of the Christchurch scene, Tamati, people like that who have been there since the beginning, they were watching this match. And it was really cool to just sort of, put on a show for them and just show them, look, this is what you've done. This is an amazing thing.
Mm. So in the Christchurch scene, tell us your kind of your friends, your boys. Who's the crew that you kind of hang out with and train?
Who's the crew? I like to say everyone's my crew, but of course that's not completely true. Definitely the people I played for the longest. There's my brother DCS. Probably biggest practice partner. There's Gamma Fox, and there's a lot of other new people coming up for sure. There's people like Lalapin, Ash, who was in a clip before. He plays Yoshi. He started with Ultimate, and he's insanely good. There's Bozzy. One big boon to our scene in Ultimate was that some of the best Dunedin players actually moved down to Christchurch. So we have Bozzy, who's the best player in our scene currently, and there's Cheese as well. Yeah. And he's a very good player. All of them are power ranked. Yeah. So Christchurch has become quite a strong scene in that regard.
Is it easy to define, if you were to choose one champion per one city, is it quite easy to do? If you could choose an Auckland, a Christchurch, or Wellington, Hamilton, if you know them as well, can you kind of choose the cream of the crop for each city?
Cream of the crop right now. Dunedin would be... I know there's a couple of good people in Dunedin. There's... Cam is quite good. He's young, but he's really getting good really fast. They're keen, these young people. And there's also... Wellington, at the moment it's Swansea, I would say, but he's really not had the chance to compete on stage yet. I still say it's Murph, it's Red. Yeah. He's played in too many of these big tournaments to ever rule them out. Auckland, there's Aloof for sure. He's not as untouchable as the results may seem, but in a major tournament, it's definitely him. He's looking to win the thing. And in Christchurch, it's hard to say. Some people play exponentially better at locals than they do at a tournament. Majors, sadly. Yeah. No, that's true. A bit unfortunate, but sometimes it's a thing. Sometimes you just need more experience and learn a couple matchups. And that goes a long way.
Yeah. What is the matchup knowledge like in a game like this? Is it very? You can only learn really by playing the matchups, or is it very flow charty? This character should win against this character 7-3, similar to Street Fighter.
There are definitely those really lopsided matchups that you're gonna see in tournament. Maybe Yeah, character with like limited range. There are of course bad characters in Smash. I'd say so, like a classic matchup for me is like DDD, the fat penguin type character,
Yeah,
playing against Mega Man, who shoots pellets like at a rapid rate. Like there's just nothing you can do about it. Like I don't expect a DDD player to win.
fair enough. Well, what's one character that's in Smash Ultimate, a new character that is quite like they're quite underwhelming. They're not as like they seem like from the press, like from the media press and stuff, they seem to be quite strong and interesting, but in gameplay, they're actually like they're not really all that hot.
Ooh, gameplay. I think Ganondorf is honestly the best example of that because he's quite hyped up. People get excited about Ganondorf, but he doesn't actually have the tools to really compete at a decent level. He'll sometimes hit you really hard if he reads you right, but he has to hard read it. And yeah, he's just an unfortunate character, really.
So with like this, like with Falcon, is it so like this whole risk reward situation, which other fighting game players will know with Falcon, is it like how is the risk reward situation with Falcon?
Falcon, he's a fast faller, what we call in Smash. So his gravity is quite high, so he's going to fall back down into moves a lot easier. So it makes him more comboable. He's also heavy in addition to that, so his disadvantage and isn't that great, and he also gets comboed quite hard. But he can combo quite well himself, and he's very fast. He has good movement, so I would say he's a glass cannon, even though glass would imply he's light. But he's a high risk, high reward sort of character.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I get that. All right. Well, actually, funny. It's something you just mentioned. Power rankings. Because in other games we just call it rankings, like at Rambats, like where'd you place, where'd you rank? But you guys call it power rankings, and why do you call it power rankings?
I don't know myself. Really just how good they are. Power.
It's just
rankings. Might be more to do. I guess when we think of rankings, it might be like the standings of an individual tournament. That might be it.
Okay. Yeah, I just because when I it said power rankings, and I thought, maybe it is something slightly different. And I know there are certain, I guess, like there's certain tally sheets and websites that we use to do what you said is kind of rankings and placings, seeding websites and like seeding charts and stuff. Yeah. And you guys have your own as well. Is it the AU Smash website?
AU Smash, yeah, that's the one. I would say if you're looking for tournament results or something like that, that's definitely the place to go for the New Zealand scene and the Australian scene as a whole. Yeah, I mean, they also have ELO rankings here, which is pretty sweet.
I mean, this thing is actually, like, I know the ones that we've got are detailed, but this is really, like, this is crazy. You can actually see the amount of players that you've got in their respective areas. It's like you go to New Zealand, it's like...
Oh yeah, it's quite comprehensive.
That's really resourceful. You guys link the Discord, you list the tournaments that have happened, that are about to happen, and finding players is quite a doozy. I mean, you can just find you, iDeeKay, and boom, it's like, there you are.
Well, damn.
How much, do you know how much work gets put into this kind of resource material?
I remember there was an earlier version of this website which wasn't quite as good. I know this has been years in the making by like a dedicated team in Aussie. So good on them. I think Shitashi is one of the people who works on this. So yeah, they've done an excellent job. You don't get the chance. You kind of take these sort of resources for granted when you have them, but yeah, it's thanks to those people.
Yeah, I just like. You're with your friends or with people that aren't in the Smash scene, and they ask you, like, how you going? It's like, well, I can actually show you right down to the actual decimal point. That's this is really awesome.
I'm down 5 elo this week, bro. I'm not feeling too good,
bro. This is pretty crazy. I really like it. Like for each Smash game, win percentage, and you can track your competition. Really quantifying the competitive experience. Are you always aware of your results? Do you always try to make that Are you always aware of that knowledge and trying to always kind of improve?
Yeah, I'm always checking this thing.
So I'm guessing like Red, Aloof, like their results are probably quite high in the clouds as well.
Yeah, very impressive. If you look at the win percentage on some of theirs, it's pretty amazing.
Man, that's so crazy.
And they even have rankings for the ELO. You have a Grandmaster and the sort if you reach a certain point threshold. And you can even, they have a character data as well and how much of each character you play.
That's really awesome. I mean, yeah, God, that's...
And also general character representation.
Yeah. Well, actually, from your opinion, I mean, I could probably look on the website, but what is the general character representation in Smash for New Zealand?
Oh, we have a lot of Link players. I know that much. That's definitely going to be up there.
Yeah. Okay, Link.
Also, there's a few Mario players, a couple Lucases. There'll be a sword character or two up there, Roy or Chrom or Lucina.
Yeah. Any other characters that are worth noting? Like, was it like Bayonetta or... God, I'm trying to think of all the Smash characters. Even Incineroar.
Too many. I'd be impressed if we had an Incineroar.
Oh, do we not have an Incineroar player?
Not so much. He's like Zangief, but even worse. Yeah, he's so slow.
Okay. Oh no, interesting. No Incineroars. No.
Actually, I'm wrong. Blaz from Hamilton, who's probably one of the best in Hamilton. She has an Incineroar, mostly a villager main, but yeah, got an Incineroar.
Okay, he's got a pocket Incineroar. So, with the remainder of this year going pretty much up in smoke, it's a real shame that there really hasn't been much to fuel the fighting game community. And then there was that whole Evo Smash shit that happened.
Oh, there's been a lot of debacles.
Yeah, bro. Did that actually affect, like, did that really hit the New Zealand Smash scene at all? Like, in terms of that kind of drama?
I don't even think we've had much drama in the New Zealand scene in any regard, but seeing, like, the international players we sort of looked up to, like, people we idolized for their gameplay and that sort of thing, yeah, to know a lot of them were doing dodgy stuff, that's a bit disheartening. Yeah. For sure.
Were there any, were there any players that you were kind of surprised that, you know, not that they were involved in bad stuff, but just the fact that, you know, like, you kind of expected better from that person? Like someone that you really looked up to?
Oh, people like D1, the commentator, he was the face of the competitive community, like so many sound bites from that guy, and he always came off as so composed, and and he really brought in, like, he brought a lot to the spectator. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. Do you think that Evo could start fresh next year, or should they just do a complete rebranding?
Oh, this is where I might have to ask a question. Like, how long have people like Mr. Wizard been involved with Evo?
I think as long as we've ever known it being Evo.
Even like when it was like Battle of the Bay in the 90s?
Battle of the Bay, possibly. I mean, the way I see it is, it's like that Captain America Winter Soldier scene with Nick Fury when he's like, it doesn't matter if it's SHIELD or Hydra, it all goes. It's practically, it's not savable.
Raise it to the ground.
Pretty much. I'm kind of on that mindset, you know, like, I mean, maybe if you ask me in a few months after COVID's gone, I might think differently. But yeah, it's kind of hard to not associate that kind of thing. You know, it's hard to not associate it with that certain person and what happened.
Too right in that case. Yeah, when it's a shame more so because it's not just an FGC thing at that point. Like, Evo was its own institution for fighting games.
Yeah.
That was like, casual audiences would look into this to see fighting games. So to rebrand from here, it'd be difficult, but I guess it's something we're going to have to do.
Would you ever want to go to the tournaments like Combo Breaker or CEO? You mentioned, having a CEO entrance for Biggie II. Would that be something you'd want to do in the future?
The American tournaments, yeah, I mean, its own level of competition and, yeah, just getting a bigger audience. That'd be something really cool. It's something I've always thought about for sure.
Sweet, man. Yeah, so like the NZSmash scene, do you feel like it needs to be... Will there ever be a unification between the NZFGC and New Zealand Smash? Or will it always be two sides of the same coin?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being two sides of the same coin. We all love our games and we'll support each other when we have to. We'll share events and that sort of thing. There's a lot of... the real issue is the amount of games and the amount of resources you have to dedicate to it when you're running a tournament. I ran some locals myself last year to really promote some growth in Christchurch.
Yeah.
And there was some talk about even getting Melee in there was difficult with Ultimates, and people were asking about other fighting games. It was I really wanted to, but you just can't sometimes. But we're on good terms, so I think it's cool.
Yeah. Do you enjoy TOing for Smash?
TOing, it gives its own benefits for sure. There's definitely its own satisfaction knowing you've given a platform for people to really show their stuff. When folks were saying early on, I stuck with competitive Smash because of how you were welcoming and how you ran these events and that sort of thing. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. So like what event? So what was the last event that you ran, that you TO'd?
It would have been Built to Smash number 6.
Oh, okay.
From that point, I sort of handed the reins over to Blue Vapor, who was helping me with the tournaments.
Yeah.
That was probably about after Biggie II. And from there, I might even think about reviving it at some point. During the summer season, more time, people want to practice. There's big events coming up. That could be a good chance to do so.
The roster in Smash, it's definitive, right? Like, are you guys expecting any more characters or updates to it?
Right now, we're in the second Fighters Pass. So the first character for the Fighters Pass was Min Min from ARMS.
Yep, I saw that.
An interesting addition. And I don't believe we've gotten any updates about the rest of them. COVID's just sort of got in the way of that, which, is to be expected. But, speculation-wise, people have no clue. Like, they've put in so many characters people wanted at this point. Like, Banjo was in the first Fighters Pass. That's a legacy character that nobody thought was going to get in because these days he's pretty much irrelevant, but he's in the game now.
Who would you want for the next lineup?
Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney is one for sure.
Yeah.
If you've played those games, very dramatic. He'd fit in well with the roster. He's been in Marvel. He's got a moveset. Like, just do it already.
Yeah. Sweet, man. I think I will get to our final round question. So you ready for it?
Let's go.
Sweet. All right. Let's go. What's the best match you've seen in the New Zealand Smash community?
The best match. Best match ever. I think Aloof versus Simikins at Biggie Breezy 1. The first set of grand finals from that tournament was really, really good. Very close. They were both pulling out all the stops. All the stuff I liked about that game was on show.
No.
And also I like those two. They're cool.
You couldn't choose a favorite? Or like character wise, like who would you root for more?
Probably root for Sheik just because she's a bit more precision oriented and Mario's a bit more brawler, like running, gloves blazing.
No, all good, man. Name your preferred radio station.
Preferred radio station. I don't listen to much radio, but the Breeze is okay.
Yeah, Breeze. Yeah, no, they got some good ones. Would you rather face Fox or Wolf in a grand final reset?
Definitely Fox, because Fox sucks in Ultimate.
Wait, does he really?
No, he doesn't suck, but Wolf's way more well-rounded. Also, with this question, am I coming from losers, or is someone else coming against me?
Actually, good question. I never thought of that. Okay, well, if you would the answer change if you were in winners or if you were in losers? Because I guess you could answer for both.
It could do, because if it was a reset, like, did I just lose a set to Fox or Wolf?
Oh, yeah, actually, for this case, yes. Okay, yes.
Okay. I think I'd rather Wolf in this case, because if the Fox is consistently beating me to do a whole game, to win a whole best of 5 set, then the Fox is probably just that much better than me, so it better be Wolf, who I might be able to gimp a little bit easier.
Okay, man. What ice cream flavor do you have on a sunny day at the beach?
Well, I had a really good ice cream this last week at Patagonia in Queenstown. I was down skiing. It was pretty good. It was like this coffee bean caramel and vanilla type one. I don't know what it's called, but I hope somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Red or aloof?
Red.
Wow, yeah. Well, quick, right? Yeah. Short and to the point. Name an industry that you're curious to learn more about.
I was definitely keen on learning more about tourism before the current situation. I study management and Chinese, and that was sort of my direction.
Okay. Yeah, tourism.
We'll see how things progress.
Yeah, man. Oh, well, I'll be hoping for you. Describe playing Captain Falcon in 3 emotions.
Oh. Passion, style. Is kneeing people an emotion?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Violent.
Violent. All right. Name a golden gem in Christchurch.
A golden gem. I haven't heard of this term. What is?
Just something that you think is really good. It could be a shop or anything. Just something that you think is so good that maybe not many people know about it.
Not many people know. I think the ski fields are kind of slept on around Canterbury. The Otago ones are pretty sick. It's just sort of on my mind at the moment. But yeah, anywhere you can ski is good.
If you could have an animal as your sidekick in the NZFGC, what would it be and why?
Probably be a Kia or something like that just sits on my shoulder. Or like he comes in flying and you like catch him on your arm. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, no, nice.
Also
nice.
fits with the Falcon theme, I guess.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, of course, your character. And who is your waifu, iDeeKay?
Oh, that's tricky. No, my waifu's Captain Falcon. Yeah, all the way. You got to be character loyal.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Legend. Hey, thanks again, iDeeKay. Yeah, thanks for accommodating me to your schedule and stuff. Do you have any last words or shout outs?
Oh, last words? Oh, just shout outs to the NZFGC in general. Like everyone's soldiering on, trying to get the games, keeping the games alive, keeping the hype alive and that sort. And we'll hopefully get through this and get back to what we do best.
Yeah, man. Sweet, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Drax. Thanks for the opportunity.
No,